Hello there, people. Welcome back to the EagleBite83 channel where the past never dies. I'm, of course, your host, EagleBite. And tonight we are continuing in roleplay review. And we are going to be reviewing, or I will be commenting on episode 17 RCFI. So buckle up, and I will be getting to that. Let me just bring it out, and we will be doing that. Sassy, are you there? Are you ready? Let me just see where I have them. Excuse me. That's what happens when you drink sparkly water, you know, bubbly water. Okay. So, where were we? We were episode 17, right? Episode 17. There we go. Oh, sorry. No, wait. Stop. No, stop. He says. Can you just hang on until I've switched scene? Thank you very much. Okay, this is it. Let me just make sure that we can switch to the proper scene. Yeah, that's the one. That is the one. Very good. Okay, right. Then here we go. This is episode 17, RCFI of Blood Ties. No. Fucking, why does it always do that? The speed always picks, like, boosts whenever I switch over. Okay, here we go. Very well. Now, I did notice that there was an audio issue last time. The audio was very, very low. Hopefully, I've been able to adjust that somewhat, so the volume of the video should be a little bit louder now, so you can hear it properly.
Said you snore like Dad.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm related to the guy.
Sleep apnea, man. You gotta get one of those breathing machines.
Hell no. I prefer a snorer to that. I wonder if they... Were they planning on, like, locking us in here? Yeah, that was a little bit interesting because this is... Remember how the last episode stopped? We visited Meeville with Alex Woods, Cameron, and Eve. And we were allowed to sleep in the barn. But when we woke up here, they've already put down, like, the template for building, like, doors and walls and everything. And it's like, when we're walking through here, we're like, did they remember that we actually slept here? I wonder, you know? Because it doesn't seem like it. Of course, they could have just left the doorway open. But still, it was like, it was a little bit, okay. The next morning, me and Rory had awakened with handfuls of hay in our mouths. Eve and Cameron were out, so we decided to continue our journey towards RCFI, the objective being to find anything of high-tier value. But before we left Meeville, I realized something. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Yeah. This is, here you see the flashback, actually paused on the flashback. This is the exact same spot where we met, or where I met Alex Woods and Mr. Nobody for the very first time. And Alex Woods actually followed us to the exact same spot in the last episode. This is it. Holy shit. Yeah, this is actually where I met Alex Woods and Mr. Nobody. That is crazy. I just realized that. what are the odds that we would end up standing here with Alex Woods in the same spot? That is crazy. That is crazy.
Some would say that it is fateful.
Right? Fateful. Episode 17. RCFI. Now, RCFI is actually a genuine location in on the Deer Isle map. John McClane, who is actually the modder that created the map, the lore has it. The RCFI actually stands for something. It stands for Research and Containment Facility for Infected. That is actually from him. So that's not something that I'm making up. And it also says RCFI on the map. So it's kind of interesting to these little tidbits of information, if you know what I mean. All right. So our plan for today is RCFI finally getting there, checking this place out, and see what we can get. What about Dex? You think he's gonna be all right by himself?
Oh yeah, he'll be all right. Hell, we left him in sanctuary. I mean, unless they don't shoot him for being a nuisance,
Huh.
or unless they shoot him for being a nuisance. You know what I mean? God, I got waking up brain. I can't think straight.
No worries. I mean, there is actually a high probability that they will do that. You know that, right?
Well, he's scrappy and he's shifty, and I'm pretty sure he could sneak out if worse comes to worse.
I hope so. All right, so I got four slugs in the arm sand. Then I got my Gewehr that I'm gonna use. I'm hoping I'm gonna find something to like switch it in for today.
Hopefully.
We'll see. We'll see. Talking about weapons had me recall Clarabelle and her pristine, shiny barrel. Granted, I could have brought her along, same with the Russian, but I decided to leave them stashed back at the homestead for now. Something inside me just told me not to risk them needlessly until it was absolutely necessary, until I knew for sure that whatever I was doing was going to call for relentless automatic fire. And would I appreciate that line of thinking towards the later parts of this episode? Trust me, I would. Like, boy, did I not regret leaving those high tier guns at home. I think it's strange that I haven't seen any ads yet. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. I don't know. You should be seeing it. That is strange. I'll check the settings later, but I don't think they've been changed or anything. Go through. There's a flag here. There's stuff over here. This is like, I think this is Sanctuary expansion territory. Yeah.
Yeah.
My god, look at this. It's so much fun though, like, we can just jump in here if we wanted to.
Nah, I think it's still walled up over there on the other part. Like you can't get into the building actual.
No, I meant like these fences.
Yeah, these walls. Yeah, these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hello.
Check this out. Anyone looking for food, drink, or trade? Anyone looking for food, drink, or trade goods or medical assistance, please try and radio ahead. If no one is at this post, we shall try to get back here ASAP to attend to your needs. You should be able to get our attention if you shout dog down the radio. For lodgings, we have available rooms to rent with storage for those who are passing by or looking for short-term safe space. For medical assistance, our Dr. Luke can help with any ailment you may have. We are really looking for syringe packs. And then, of course, the game cuts off the rest of those sentences. This place was sort of like an outlier outpost of the main sanctuary area. They were kind of part of Sanctuary, but they were also doing their own thing. A little bit like how even Cameron were planning on doing it. So That was a little bit
What are you guys
interesting.
doing?
Oh, there's somebody here.
Yeah, there's a couple guys standing right over there.
Oh, they have
They're right there
lodgings.
beside us. They're literally right there beside us.
All right, all right.
They're walking up on us. Say hello to them. We're looking rude, man. Say
Oh, I'm
We
reading.
Hey guys, how you
yeah, we heard everything you said about just jumping in here. All right, we heard you.
Yeah. Well, you got to build a wall on that gate over there.
Yeah, that was a little bit embarrassing on my part. I did not think that anyone was there. So I just pretty much casually mentioned that, you know, the wall, this fence, it's so easy. You can just jump over it. It's not like reliable perimeter protection. You know, the stock fences, the props that are hard coded into the game. It's easy to think that, but then again, I don't think that was what these guys were doing, because this was supposed to, at least this open ground was supposed to be readily available to everybody. But in that case, I have to kind of wonder why they have this little fenced part here with the barbed wire and everything, because that is something you only put up when you want to keep people out. But the whole backside there is just easily accessible to anyone. So I was a little bit confused with that.
Yo,
That's not
Coming,
even.
yeah.
welcome to the only well in this town.
Yeah,
Oh.
got a well. If you need water.
Oh, okay. So this is the okay.
I'm good.
Water. I think one sounds like he's Australian.
Yeah,
Gotcha. May I?
Oh, they probably left it open intentionally like that. Then for people to get water as they pass by.
Yeah, it's kind of the idea.
All right.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is just a wee open space. We're hoping people will gather.
Okay.
And we've got a wee bar and a food stall over here.
A wee bar. I think one is like maybe Australian or New Zealand, and the other is like Scottish.
With a shop.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. All right.
So if you want to buy food or
But,
water.
I think
Now this well is actually a mod. You can't find these wells on the map. This is actually a well that you can yourself build because of the mod. So all you need to find is a bucket. That means you have like the startings of the well. Then of course you need to place it, and then you need to fill it up with like, I don't know, like 84 stones or something like that. We'll actually hear, I think it's in episode 25, Double Trouble, where Cameron tells us how many stones are required for the well. Because I plan on building that, of course. But yeah, it's actually kind of cool because you can, if you invest enough time and effort into it, you can build your own base or your own sort of like place where you live in a very remote area where nobody comes at all, and there's no water or anything, but you can build a well, so you do actually have water there. So I do like that mod. That's actually very useful.
I need to take this
Food.
camo off. It kind of covers my window, eh?
So who are you guys? Like, do you have a name?
My name's Luke. Nice to meet
I'm
you.
Dog.
Okay, Luke and Dog. Nice to meet you. We're the Burley family.
If you ever need medical, I'm the guy you should see in this area. If you ever need food, Dog here's the guy you should see.
All right.
Well, I might actually need to find out what's wrong with me. I've been sick, but I don't seem to be showing that many symptoms.
This is the first time
got
I
a blood
hear of
test
it.
Just
kit.
be. It could
I
just be
didn't
a
wanna
common
worry you.
stomach bug. Just take some tetracycline and some multivitamins if you have them. If not, we can provide some for you.
Is there a cost on that? Because I'm broke as fuck.
You know what? The first time's free. Give me a second.
Ooh,
thank you, man.
and I can hear that
greatly
sigh a mile away. Okay, I need to hear that again. Just listen, because the fun thing is, I think they were playing a little bit because he's doctor, and usually the doctors on RP servers tend to give away medical supplies for free because they want to help people and all that. But I think when Rory said like, is there a cost on that because I'm pretty much broke, you can hear, listen to the depressed sigh listen to this.
If not, we can provide some for you.
Is there a cost on that? Because I'm broke as fuck.
You know what? The first time's free. Give me a second.
Well, thank you, man.
And I can hear that
greatly
sigh a mile away.
Yeah, he can't deny a patient in need.
So, what's your plan? Are you gonna like make a settlement, or are you like an outpost?
We're just it's more like a hostel. You know, you
Mhm.
can come get food, come get some medical
Yeah, you
treatment.
take a tetra, and then just once that runs out, just keep popping multis, and you should be alright. Now keep them.
Alright.
You might need them later on.
Oh, okay, thank you, man. Thank you. So, are you guys connected with Sanctuary?
I am not.
Well, this
I
is
think Dog is.
Sanctuary Old Town. This is where they've expanded into. So
Oh.
I am a sanctuary. Yeah.
The annoying thing here is, and I would come back to actually gripe about this in more episodes. If Dog here is a member of Sanctuary, he should be wearing the armbands. That's one thing that I always say. If you're a part of a settlement, you always wear the armbands. A lot of people did not want to wear them because they were afraid that they were going to be stolen. Somebody's going to rob them and then take their armbands. Well, there's two things about that. Firstly, if you don't have the armbands, you do not have the means of like passively telling other people what group you're with. So let's say, for instance, a bandit group robs Dog here, but that bandit group does not want to mess with Sanctuary. Just as an example, how the hell would they know anything about that if he doesn't show his armbands? And the second thing, the second thing, oh yeah, the second thing. If the armbands are made by a faction that actually has some pull, a power, a substantial power in the world, they could just requisition new armbands from the server admin. They could just it wouldn't be a big deal if the armbands get stolen. Yes, some people might try to moonlight as, members of that faction and try to give them a bad rep, either intentionally or unintentionally, just trying to shift the blame when they do some stupid shit. But I think there's probably a way to get around that with some kind of rules in place, like rules forbidding, impersonation of other factions or something like that. So for my part, I always want people to show their armbands because it's important to know faction affiliation. I feel on an RP server. There was
I don't really associate myself with them. I'm just more of a nomad.
okay. Well, that kind of changes it a little bit. If he isn't, he did say that he was a citizen of Sanctuary, but he doesn't associate himself with them. I guess he might get a pass then because maybe the armbands aren't on for a reason. Um, but there are a lot of people who were part of the faction who were like, representatives of the faction who just chose not to wear armbands, and that bothered me.
All right. Everything here in this warehouse is what we own.
The whole point of the armbands, I'm sorry, I'm ranting about this, I know, but the whole point with the armbands is that you're supposed to represent your faction, and you're also it also goes a long way to show power. If suddenly there's like 10 people rolling up on you, all of them sporting a certain armband, they're not ones to fuck around with. you know? So always wear the armbands. Don't show fear about them being stolen. That's just gear fear, you know? And I'm guilty of gear fear as well, especially when I'm like, yeah, I've also been guilty of gear fear. Kind of the reason why I left Clarabelle at home, um, and the AK-74 as well, just because I know that I might get robbed. But that's also kind of a different thing because those are weapons. They're not like an intrinsic part of your faction identification. So it's a whole different thing. But yeah, it's people need to get over the gear fear, you know. And for those of you who don't know, gear fear is the fear of losing the gear that you've collected, you know, by being shot or being robbed or something like that. That is something that is very common on, you know, most servers, not just role play servers, but yeah, in games like DayZ, if you get, you know, the like 90% times of the times you spend um collecting stuff, hoarding stuff, getting better gear, and that is something that makes you afraid to lose that gear. Like I have an example. I used to have, I think it was on Divinity or it could have been on Survivalist as well. I had like a stash where I had spare spare armbands, spare weapons, spare gear because of that very risk. And it was doubly serious for me because I'm role playing as Robin Burley and I'm actually shooting a video of it. What happens if I'm shooting if I'm in the middle of recording, I get shot, people rob me of the gear, and then what? After that, I still have to somehow have the same gear when Robin keeps going. At least if I'm trying to not show that robbery or if I want to like move on from that. Most gear is iconic of the person you are, at least on role playing servers. I hope I'm making myself clear now because I know I'm sounding a bit like, you know, it's a little bit hard to explain how I'm thinking. But like the way you dress, for instance, on a roleplay server, usually tells people who about who you are. Like you have iconic gear. For instance, Rory always had that eye patch because in the story he lost an eye before we started playing. He lost an eye to cannibals. I would always, almost always, wear the cowboy hat. No real reason to it for it, but it would be like a signature piece of clothing for me. Now, if I get robbed of stuff that tells people who I am, I get robbed of stuff that is like iconic to my character, that's a problem. That is something that I need to actually, you know, fix. So I had like a stash with a bunch of spare gear that I tried to always have in the same color, in the same, you know, just in case I would get robbed. You know what I mean? Okay, let's just keep on going here.
Okay, okay.
So there's this back
Yeah,
area in the
just
warehouse.
this in the warehouse. That's us.
All right. Stasi, are you still there, or have you fallen asleep? Well, thank you for your hospitality. What are you guys up
Thank you
to?
for your water and medicine.
Well, we're just traders and people that do feed people and heal people. So if you ever want to trade, eat, or need medical assistance, come to us.
All right. I was just thinking, are you gonna do something right now? Like, what are you gonna do? Go on an adventure or something like that? All right,
We
cool.
did just come back from a very large adventure from Area 42, so we're just kind of
Oh,
organising right now.
I gotcha. Okay, okay. And remember remember my sick burn about the guys that were going to Area 42. Just a reminder, Area 42, Paris Island, and the bunker were very dangerous places to go to because those places were designated as KOS, kill on sight. On the role playing server, there are rules. You cannot kill people just like, you see somebody, you shoot them immediately. You can't do that because if you do that, you get banned. You need to initiate, you need to have a reason for it. There's a whole bunch of like rules for how to act if you want to act hostile, except for in KOS zones. KOS zones are the zones that have the highest tier loot. They would have like machine guns and all that. Naturally, people would want to go there to take that. For, like find that, take that, and use it themselves. Well, the thing is, in those zones, the rule of initiation has been lifted. So anybody who goes there can get shot at any time. So those are designated hot zones. So those are dangerous zones. So just to, remind you guys of that, in case you didn't know, when they speak about like Area 42 or Paris Island or I think there was another one. Anyway, so yeah. All right. Well,
We're kind of playing the game of inventory management. Problems with the pouches and the pouches and the pouches and the pouches.
yeah. Yeah, you know anything
We're,
about these areas? These areas, like anything we should watch out for?
No, you're generally safe around here. You just got to watch out for the black company.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes they roll into sanctuary, and they'll if there's only one person in sanctuary, they'll have to rob them right there and then.
Really? So they?
Yeah, even right in the middle of town.
Huh. Go figure.
Well, I
One
think
of the
the
black company
Church
was recently
recently-
executed in the middle of town as
Yeah.
well. So
Oh, well,
I
I
don't
did
remember
not
his
know
name. It
that.
started with an R.
Wait, Sanctuary did that?
Rascal. Rascal.
Rascal, yeah, that fucking
Yeah,
guy.
Rascal just got. Yeah, they were waterboarding him for a while, and they just decided to end him.
What? Yeah, Rascal was sort of the main leader of the Pathfinders, our old enemies. And he was I mean, I don't even know if he knew it, but yeah, we had a sort of a cold war with them. And then of course the Pathfinders became the Black Company. And now apparently Sanctuary, the settlement of Sanctuary, the mayor of Sanctuary was Ron Swanson. I guess took the decision to execute Rascal. And that was interesting news. Wait, so Sanctuary executed Rascal?
This is right. They got permission to just execute him straight up.
I think it
yeah.
kind of kicked off because a few days ago there was quite a large incident of the black company robbing a few people and then killing a few people.
Of Sanctuary?
That's what they do.
Well, me being one of the people that got knocked unconscious over at
Oh.
Shipwreck, there was a group of 4 of us that went over there to have a talk conversation with them after they held me at gunpoint, and then they just opened fire and killed a bunch of people, knocked a bunch of people out, took all their stuff.
Shipwrecked. He was, or he didn't. He wasn't part of the Shipwrecked, but he was with Shipwrecked when that happened. Shipwrecked was a faction that tried to establish themselves as the big marketplace in the north. Heavy competition from the Wharf Armory, I'm sure. Wharf Armory being where I went and bought the assault rifle. But Shipwrecked was trying to muscle in on, like, establish themselves as the big monopolizing traders in the mid to north regions of Deer Isle. And they overcharged. Like, a bunch of people said that they were like trying to scam people and pay, like, requesting like a lot of nails for stuff that wasn't worth even half that, you know? So a lot of people had problems with Shipwrecked, one faction of which were the Arbiters. They did not like Shipwrecked. And I think that was the whole thing because I think, if I remember correctly, Skip, Skip Tracer, Scythe Boy, whom we recently saw, I think he sold the Arbiters out to Shipwrecked. And they did not forgive him for that. I think that is what leads up to Alex Woods completely turning a 180 when it comes to Skip. And in episode, I think 21, later on, we'll see him be all like, "Have you seen Skip? I want to talk to him. Bring him to us." You know, like he was trying to help him, but then, you know, Jesus, he really flipped on that. Oh my.
Fucking animals. Holy fuck. I'm glad Rascal got his fucking Cummings, man.
And
That guy.
I mean, Black Company are a lot more ferocious, as we've been told, than the old
Oh
Pathfinders.
yeah, yeah. When they fucking the Black Company, that's like the worst aspects of the Pathfinders, like, you know, fucking concentrated.
Yeah.
But then, you know, the other ones,
Wow.
I mean, I guess some of them weren't so bad. I guess they did attempt that Stag Republic thing, right?
Yeah, I was actually thinking, we haven't actually been there, and bless you, Medi. You were such a good companion in the roleplay. Again, I have to say, you were so good to play off, and we did a really good duo in Survivalists. Good times, good times. Checked it out. Maybe we should do that one day.
I don't know if they still got that, you know, that tax system.
I don't know. Yeah, we need to know that. You know, we need to discover that for ourselves.
True.
We'll see. All right. Anyway, we're heading off to our CFI now, and we're gonna check out that place. We haven't been there at all, so we're just on our way there.
Yeah.
Right after I said that, I realized that maybe I shouldn't have said that. Because in this type of game where you role play, and I've tried to tell a friend of mine, Simon, I've tried to tell him that a lot of times, and other people too. The fact that never trust easily. Never assume that people are gonna be friendly. We're talking to these guys. We've just gotten to know them, but we don't know them that well. Me actually saying where we're going from a roleplay perspective, from a survivor perspective, that's not something you should do. And I realize that. I would bring that up with Rory again, or he would bring that up with me. We would talk about that in a moment. But like, it was kind of a slip up for me, and I realized that. I own up to that, or like I own it, because I shouldn't have said that. I should have like taken it easy, but I don't think, like, even then I realized that or like it didn't feel like we had anything to fear from these guys. So I took a gamble, I guess. I did it kind of subconsciously without thinking about it. Like, I told them where we were going. But the real danger is that still, we don't know who they are, and they might, if they know where we're going, they might set up an ambush and actually rob us. That is a mindset that you always kind of have to have that in the back of your head. Never trust anyone completely. At least until they've proven themselves to actually be your friend. You know? But yeah.
Well, it's just quite good for, you know, bullet parts. You'll find bullet cases there and things. A little bit of ammo, but there's nothing high tech.
Alright. Well.
Just be careful, there is a group in the area that does human sacrifices for the gods, and they will gladly take you hostage if the gods are not in the area, so be aware of that.
Okay.
And even though Rascal's been executed, apparently there's a new prince to the stack for the Black Company. So yeah, just watch. She's supposed to be more ruthless than the last.
Interesting. I wonder if
So I
that's the same.
think Rascal walking into Sanctuary just causing shit was on purpose.
Oh.
Way to finish up his tale, so to speak.
Yeah.
The Ballad
It
of
was just he
Rascal.
had enough.
Interesting.
The
But I think
Ballad of
Saint is the
Rascal.
one who like governs the Black Company.
Yeah. Yeah, the Saints, they're top dog.
All right. Well, guys, it's been nice meeting up with you. We'll keep this place in mind if we need help, and if we like maybe come by and
Right,
say
even
hello.
if you just need rest or some food, yeah, just pop by anytime.
All right. Nice. And if you see somebody called
See ya.
Dexter Burley, he's our cousin.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a safe trip, guys.
Yeah, you too.
And-
I must say, their location was actually fairly good because it was in the left sort of like sprawling urban area of Sandy Bay. Kind of close to where Sanctuary was. Okay, so the ad says that it's going again. Ad break in progress. How the hell? I add notifications. Yeah, okay. Strange. Strange that I'm not. I'm guessing you're not seeing an ad now, Sassy. Oh, ooh, ah. Very strange. But okay. And there it goes. All right. Well, yeah, so this was actually a really good location because they're close to Sanctuary, but not completely part of Sanctuary. Still, they're in like a fairly urbanized area. But people tend to leave them alone because they're not on the beaten path. Except for the fact that they're very close to RCFI, though, in the swamp. You haven't seen an ad this entire time. That is strange. That is really strange. I'm gonna have to Google that later. See if there's anything to that. But yeah, okay, let's keep going.
You too.
Rory, it's this way.
Oh, okay.
It is actually this way.
Okay.
We can go
Well,
this way.
I'm not used to going the same direction as the guys that we were walking away from. It's awkward, because then we got nothing to talk about, and we're going the same direction.
Yeah, I know.
Like, oh, okay, I didn't know I parked this way. So how's the weather? How's Grand Aunt May? Like,
Actually, if we don't want to go right through the swamp, there's the long way around. I always have that otherwise. Okay, I gotta ask you, do you have a Twitch channel? And do you have ads on that, or what did you mean? I'm gonna be back. I'm just gonna go get myself some more water. You have a Twitch account. Yeah, I know. That's kind of how you can comment right now. But I mean, I was wondering if you had if you were broadcasting any content yourself, and if that's what you meant. Always when I watch you or anyone else, I get ads. Oh. Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's strange. Okay. Did you see? You didn't see any ads during the Super Nintendo Summer episode earlier either. Excuse me. Nope. Okay. All right. That is strange. Now I will check that out. I will check that out later. Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Okay, so here you can see. Here you can actually see a bit of the map where we are. We're down here. It says me down here. This is actually the urbanized area that I was talking about. Here you can see like the woods sort of makes a natural barrier between the woods and the swamps. This murky area is the swamp. And in the swamp lies RCFI, a place of myth and legend, like a very creepy place to actually go to. So like a concentration camp in the middle of the swamp. But yeah, kind of cool. On which it has a road, but there might be people staking out that road.
True, but I prefer the most least direct route that we can, the least direct route we can.
You prefer the most direct route?
Wait, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I meant.
Alright, follow me then. We left the expanded sanctuary grounds behind, and soon the wide stretch of the western swamp separating Old Town from the rest of the island stretched out before us. Somewhere in this putrid jungle lay RCFI, our intended target for the day. But the setting made me wary. Behind these rotted trees, a black company man or an arbiter could just be laying in wait for us. It wasn't the most hospitable of regions, and I knew Rory felt it too.
Should we hang back a second and see if those guys might come in our direction?
Yeah,
They seem trustworthy.
yeah, that's kind of why I told them we were going here. I might have done that a little bit prematurely, but yep, I figured what the hell. And this is a spooky place as well. I mean,
Oh yeah, and it just gets worse.
can you
It's
imagine
pretty much like
being
this
here
movie.
like when it's night?
Yeah.
Jesus. Maybe not
Yeah,
pitch black.
Dex and I, we skirted on the west and northern part to go around by Purgatory, but yeah, it's pretty much like this for a good long distance.
Jesus. All right, let's go this way. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm thinking like not even complete nighttime because it's just pitch black, but like, you know, sunset. Like maybe slightly after sunset. You know, when there's just enough light so you can actually see what's around you. But that was news to me that Rascal got off.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't hear about that before, you know? Fuck, that's big news.
Yeah. In the distance between the murky trees, we could see it. RCFI. Officially, the Research and Containment Facility for Infected. This had been a nexus for activity during the time of the fall, when society was intact and the government was still calling the shots. Before they transferred to the bunker and initiated lockdown, this had been the field headquarters for all those people who had been assigned to combat the spread of the mysterious pathogen that they had dubbed the Zulu virus. I remember seeing it on the news, reporters frequently visiting this place and talking about what was going on here, well, what little was leaked to the press. I also remember the last broadcast, when the infected had burst out and rushed the fences. The shouts, the sirens, the gunfire, the screams, and then white noise. It was at that time I told Sonia that I needed to go back to Deer Isle and find my family. I never expected that my travels would ever bring me to this place. Is it something you have to report to Twitch? Maybe, but I think it might be a glitch that only affects this broadcast. Sometimes Twitch is a little glitchy. Instead of Twitch, it should be called glitch. No, I don't know. I'll probably maybe see if I can reach out to someone if it happens again. That's why it's a good thing that you're here so you can give me feedback. Remember to tell me if you see like an ad or anything like that so I can actually know about it. All right, here we go. You okay, bro? Whoa, watch out! Oh, shit. Alright, you got it.
Motherfucker.
How many, how many
Oh, here's a
wounds?
problem. I don't have any bandages. I have 2.
Don't worry, I got you, bro. Taking care of my little brother. One, and...
Place smells terrible.
I actually only had 2 rags.
I'll try to trap the zombies instead of fighting them.
Alright, you wanna go the tower or the barracks?
I'll hit the tower real quick.
Alright.
Oh, no, gross, sticky toes.
Sewer water, sewer water. Most of the living quarters for interned civilians diagnosed with early onset of the infection had been reduced to ruins, most likely from deadly containment measures enacted when the chaos had reached uncontrollable levels. I kept thinking, how many lives had been lost here? Had it all truly been for nothing? All the efforts, all the scientists, all the brilliant minds, and also the one thought that kept coming back over and over again. What if the rest of our family hadn't managed to join the Oceanville refugees in time for evacuation, and instead had ended up here? Most likely one of the worst places on Earth at the time. I tried pushing the thought away, but over and over it returned to haunt me. That it's glitching like that hasn't happened before. No, not with the ads. Not with the ads. It's been finicky with other stuff. I can't think of it like any explanation or any example right now, but I know for a fact that sometimes Twitch is a little bit iffy. Interesting. As we hadn't really found anything of value, we speculated people had been through here recently. We were about to call it a day when we came upon some kind of administrative building of... Okay, this building is really weird. Just enjoy this little circus here that will soon unfold here. Sorts. We decided to check it out. Whoa! Jesus. I'm gonna see if I can blow away the zombie. No, you don't have to go down.
You want me to melee him?
I mean, you... Yeah, okay. I figured I wanted to check if they're night strong. Night strong, of course, means I wanted to check if they were as hard to put down, the military zombies, as the regular zombies were during nighttime. Because on survivalists, they really, like, every time there's a difference between the zombies during day and during night. During the day, the zombies walk slowly and they are not too difficult to put down. During nighttime, they get buffed. They start running and they take forever to put down. Just check out episode, what was it? Like episode 3, I think it was, where we realized that, oh shit, we're out during night and I'm unloading my shotgun into a zombie and it just keeps coming. So, yeah, that was that. All right. Oh, thank you. This is interesting. Oh.
What a strange building.
Yeah. Oh my god! I didn't tell you this before, Rory, but I found something weird in that same place where Eve and Cameron is set up. And this looks like that thing that I found. OOC? Question mark? Like OOC. Or is it? You know? It's so fun, actually, because this whole triangle thing, it's just, you know, like glitches in the map, but because I found it before in, what episode was it? I think it was episode 9, Sanctuary, yes. I'm amazed that you remember all that happened in the game. Yeah, well, I've seen these videos a couple of times. I've also spent a long time editing these videos, so I do remember them. For both good and ill. But yeah, these triangles, I was trying to make it a thing into having them like be all like supernatural, like triangles that you cannot explain in the game, you know, or within in the reality, you know. There's a triangle there, but if you look at if you look at it from another perspective, it disappears. What is it? That's why I put in the X-Files music here. Like, ooh, something unexplainable, you know?
I hear a horde, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah. Like, I will walk around it.
We ventured further and further inside,
and note it once
pathways
more.
And corridors diverging and realigning. It was almost as if it was designed by some madman in an attempt to trick the mind and ensnare a casual visitor.
I found a way to get into the maze, or the staircase.
It's a very
over here.
It's a very confusing building. It's very. We wanted to really check that building out. Oh. Look at this. It's gone. It's gone. Again. But it's still there.
There's the zombies.
Where? I don't see any zombies. Oh, there they are. Jesus. Scared the shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me. As I said. Okay, now, because he fired his weapon, now the fun starts. Okay? Now, both me and Rory want to get out. And, well, just watch.
Yeah, they did too.
Oh, watch out, watch out. Yeah, okay, go. Let's leave. Roll.
I gotta keep moving.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Panic overcame us as the hordes of creepers swarmed from below, and our disoriented minds tried desperately to find a way out.
My God. I've got no choice, man. I think I'm gonna have to jump. Yeah, but I didn't, though. It's just so confusing. Like rats in a maze.
I'm too deep.
I'm up by the lab. What? Wait. Fuck. Okay.
They just won't die.
Where are you?
I'm up on the roof somehow.
Alright, try. Okay. I'm up on the roof somehow. Got one. Die, you fucking fuck. Yeah.
Eventually, the panic had died down, and I'd found the way out. But my bro was still in there. Without realizing that I was bleeding, I went back inside.
Rory, how's it going?
I had to cut up some shit to make bandages, but I'm alive.
Alright, I think you're just above me. He lost his freaking motorcycle vest. He was so pissed about that. Where are you? Oh, there you are. What a fucking maze this place is.
Yeah. I was in the basement and somehow I got up here. I was chased by 3 zombies. I managed to kill them, but they
There we
fucking
go.
got me pretty good.
Oh no, his jacket, not the vest.
You're bleeding. You're bleeding.
Oh shit, I am? Oh, must have been, oh, I think, yeah, I actually do have a bandage here. Okay. Oh, thanks, man. I actually realized that I did have bandage on me. Or like, yeah, bandage. Maybe we should come back and explore when we're a little bit more geared, you know, like...
Yeah.
This was an interesting
I
place.
want to see where this goes.
Yeah, me too, me too.
Let's find a way to get the fuck out of this place.
Yeah. Follow me. That was... Here. You had to butcher your jacket, right? Oh yeah, he had to cut up his jacket to make bandages. And that was what he was pissed about.
Yeah.
I guess.
And my fucking scarf.
Let's see if I have... No, I don't. Damn it. Alright.
Damn near beat me to death. Fuck those guys.
Yeah. It almost seems like somebody built that house for a reason. Like some kind of twisted maze.
Experiment.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was very strange. Well, you're okay now, I hope.
Just a bruised pride.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to this place someday. We have a score to settle here.
Yeah, fuck this place. It will not conquer me next time.
We looked around some more before wrapping things up. Among other things, we came across a large parking area where the buses used to transport the deceased civilians to RCFI had been stored. As we were exhausted from running for our lives in the abnormally designed admin building, we felt compelled to hunker down somewhere on the premises. It was probably the last thing we wanted, to spend the night in this tragic graveyard. But the journey back home was long, and even getting out of the swamp would be a concerted effort. We reached a joint decision to get some sleep.
Let's catch some Z's here, and we'll try to find Dex tomorrow. And there you have a jacket.
The gods provide.
Congratulations. I'm gonna do this. You gotta be careful because people are gonna be mistaking you for a rider now.
A rider, yeah.
And by the way, the Portland Riders, that's a faction that we only met once. I think it was back in episode 10. Yeah, it might have been. We didn't really meet them any other time. I don't think so, at least. But they were allegedly the largest faction on that server. They were like the server owner was running that group. They were like a motorcycle gang, but they were like a good motorcycle gang. Like they weren't bandits or anything. They had their tough guy mentality, but they were actually helping groups like Sanctuary. I think they were allies with Sanctuary.
I got the vest and I got the shirt or the jacket. Looks like it.
Yeah. All right. You sure you don't want my my sleeping bag?
Nah, man, I'm alright for now. I'm just gonna watch.
All right. Well, wake me up when it's my turn.
Wonder one thing, when you played in Xbox, you always start in different locations and different times all the time. Is it the same on the computer? Well, I mean, it depends. You don't start in different times during the day. I mean, it depends. Okay. Are you talking about when you're creating a new character and you log on for the first time, or just whenever you log on after that? Because when you start a new character, yes, there are different spawn places everywhere. Some servers has it set up or have it set up so that you can actually choose where you want to spawn. But that's not the norm. They actually have to have a mod so that you can actually choose where to spawn in. After that, you always wake up where you logged off. That's how it is. Like when you log off, it's pretty much the same as going to sleep. And that's pretty much what we're doing here. I'm going to sleep here, and we're like, I guess, pretending that Rory's taking the first watch while I'm sleeping. But in actuality, after I stopped recording here, we both sort of like logged off the game for that day, and we were done for the day.
After that.
But for all intents and purposes, in the story, we both slept in this little structure, little building. And then I woke up the next day.
The day after, I woke up to find that Rory had not woke me up for my shift.
Rory?
In fact, I couldn't find any trace of him.
Um, if I played it yesterday in one location, then log off next time, all different places. Okay, that must mean that you're going to a new server in that case. Because there's differences between servers, of course. Unless it's like a hive cluster. Usually you'll be able to stay where you are if you're on official. But if you spawn, you might be spawning. I don't know. You might have like died and just forgotten that you're actually creating a new character. But if you're logging off and then logging in and you're actually in a different place, the only way that can happen is if you were on a different. Wait, are you going on to official servers? or are you going on to community servers? Because if you're going on to official servers, those are usually Hive servers. So if you log on to an official server, if you play on let's say official server 1, and then you log off on that, and then you log on to official server 2, then you will still have the same gear on you that you had on official server 1, but because of changes and whatnot, you will spawn in, you will like log on in a different place. You will happen to end up in a different place. I don't exactly know why that is. It's, I guess, some kind of like, interconnection issue that I think the game even tells you, like, because like when you're waiting to log on, when you have that little countdown, sometimes it says like you, because of changes, you will spawn somewhere else or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But I rarely I rarely play on public servers, because public servers, it's just a free for all, pretty much. It's, people can shoot you whenever they want to. It's just like there's no structure to it. There's no drive to play with others. There's only like, gather stuff and then try to see how long you can last before you die. It's very bare bones, and also another downside with public servers is that they are never modded ever. They don't have any special items, anything that you can like, attribute to mods in the game and whatnot. So it's very, very vanilla experience. And yeah, I guess the one upside with public servers is that because they're not modded, they're also a little bit more stable. Because heavily modded servers can be very janky, and you can get kicked off, and you can crash and all that. I always play with a friend, and sometimes they are different, but we always choose to be like alone. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, that's what I usually do too. If I ever go onto public servers, I never want to like try to find people. There are those who go on to servers and try to find other people to kill, but they mostly want to log on to PvP servers, because PvP stands for player versus player, and that is designed. Those servers are designed for you to actually engage in battle and killing each other. Like a battle royal, pretty much. And then, of course, you have PvE servers, which I've actually just tried, or I've considered making a video about this, explaining the difference between the different servers. PvE server stands for player versus environment. It's usually strictly forbidden to shoot at each other on PvE servers. And the only thing you do is pretty much you shoot the zombies, and then you cooperate together with everybody else. Like if you shoot another player, you get banned, pretty much. Yeah, PvE. So what you do there, those servers are okay for like beginners, because nobody else is allowed to kill you, and you can like always try to build stuff. You can try to drive. You can try to do things that you maybe didn't want to do on public servers, because you were always afraid that you were gonna get shot or something like that. Uh, and then we have, of course, role play servers, where you can be hostile, but you have to have a reason for it. You have to have good role play. You have to be engaging. You have to interact with other players. You have to have a story. You have to have a character, uh, which is my favorite type of playing DayZ, because it just makes it much, much more interesting. Um, you can still shoot other people, but you can't do it without initiating. An initiation is basically mostly role players follow the same rule about initiation. It is you have to raise your weapon, point it at the player, and you have to say hands up or you know, like hands up or I'm gonna shoot you. If the player that you're pointing a weapon at doesn't do as you say, then you can shoot them. If they do as as you say, you are not allowed to kill them because they are complying. They're like rules. And then there are that's a role play server, and then there is something called organic role playing servers. Organic role player servers are a little different because they are role playing servers where you have characters, stories, all that, but they also have no initiation rule. So while you are encouraged to role play, you should not kill other people just because you can, but you are allowed to do it. You can kill someone on site if you want to, but it's a little bit frowned upon because organic role playing servers are still role playing servers. A lot of people consider organic role playing servers to be sort of like the final level of graduation of a role player because if you are a good role player, like a really good role player, you don't necessarily need to follow rules because you know that you won't have good role play if you just shoot a guy. So you yourself know that no, I'm not going to shoot this guy just because I can. Unless that is your type of character, but that's another thing entirely. Um, so usually standard role-playing servers apply to people who kind of need rules. They need to have rules spelled out for them because if they don't follow the rules they get banned. That's the only way they learn. But then again, people are kind of split on organic role-playing servers as well because many organic role-playing servers unfortunately tend to de-evolve into just your run-of-the-mill average PvP server where everybody just shoots everybody. It takes that's why organic role-playing servers are usually whitelisted so that you can't actually access it before you have been approved access through an application. People need to know that you have the right stuff. You know what you're doing, you know. Survivalists, which we are playing on here, that's a whitelisted server. I had to explain who I was, why I should be allowed to play on the server, and also show a rudimentary understanding of the rules. When they talk about power gaming, um, the value of life rule, the basic value of life rule, which means that you have to actually value your own life. You can't just run into a bandit gang and start shooting them single-handedly because in real life you would fear doing that naturally. You would not rush into that situation on a whim because there's 12 bandits there. They will kill you if you do that. You have to, when you're a role player, you have to sort of pretend that the game world is real, like 100% real. There is no such thing as running in and gunning, oh, I can always, you know, resurrect myself. I will always be back soon, like that. There's always that. Okay. Man, I talk too much. Let's go. Sorry.
Shit.
Okay, so we've lost Rory. Where is Rory? Where's our brother?
Rory.
And yes, like a robbery.
The
Exactly.
fuck?
There are other ways you can do it as well, but robberies are the most common ways.
Chicken wing, this is Mama Goose. Come in, chicken wing.
All right. Before we continue, I just want to say I forgot to make a comment about it. Earlier in the episode, when we were running around here in RCFI by the barracks and all that, me and Rory, we were using the walkie-talkies to keep in touch, and I actually lost him. I think I went out of range or something like that, and I tried to find him. So I used the walkie-talkie. I used the walkie-talkie to try to call on him, and I actually got into contact with somebody else. I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry. I'm looking for my brother, but I guess you're not him." You know, like it was very awkward. So we were like, yeah, okay, well, you know, it was a short exchange, but it was a little bit weird.
Chicken wing, respond. Fuck.
What do you think has happened?
Once again, we were separated. I had to get going. There was no telling what kind of situation my bro had ended up in. So I packed my things and headed out to search for him.
The search for Rory.
Eventually, I could see the end of the swamp. RCFI had been nothing more than a twisting maze filled with undead horrors. In contrast, I decided to head for the closest larger bastion of pseudo-civilization, Sanctuary. Maybe my bro was there.
Pseudo-civilization. Note, if you will, the yellow flags here to the left and to the right. The yellow flags with the peace signs are, of course, Sanctuary. So that's been established. Pretty soon, though, you're gonna, like in here, you're gonna see two people of another faction, which I think we've only met once. So far. Chicken Wing, your brother's code name. Yeah. I was Mama Goose. Rory was Chicken Wing. Dex was Little Chick, I think. So those were our code names. I just made them up on the spot. So it's actually kind of impressive how Sanctuary has like taken over the entire town. Like their flag is flying over several houses. It just gives you that cool impression that okay, this is a big settlement, you know, like there's power behind that. I do dig that. Even though, oh, and there's the two guys I was talking about. Even though I love that. Do you see what I've written here? I'm so sorry, Cameron. I apparently I'd forgotten Cameron's name when I put down the marker for Meeville, because that was a marker for after we left Meeville. I said Eve and whatever his name was. Poor Cameron. No, but I was just gonna say that Sanctuary, they give a good impression with like a lot of flags and all that. But the one thing that Sanctuary did not have was a perimeter fence. They were a faction that had like they like claimed to a lot of houses in this town, but they did not have a good perimeter fence. So pretty much anybody could just walk into their town, and I think that was the vibe they were going for, that everybody was welcome, but at the same time that just makes it so that people can, you know, sneak around whenever they want to. Duskar, on the other hand, which is the faction that these guys are from, Duskar was another settlement that was also friendly, but they had a perimeter fence. They had like walled their entire settlement, which is a good thing. It's the smart thing to do, you know. In times of war, um, you want to be able to actually close your settlement off so that people can't, you know, enter or leave or whatever. So I love the fact that there's like different mindsets governing each settlement. It puts their own little personal touch on those factions. And now again, it says ad break in progress. It does actually. I think it follows. It's true to the setting that I have it set to, but I don't know why it doesn't show up for you guys. Again, I'll look into that when we get to it, or when I have the time to do it. First ad now. Oh, did you see it? Did you see? Oh, first ad now. It's been 3 hours. If we count the Super Nintendo Summer episode as well, which was part of this live stream. 3 hours. Interesting. Okay, well, at least we know. Maybe Twitch has fixed whatever it is now. You know, maybe Twitch has. You know what I mean. Maybe they're up and up again. Okay, continue. We're looking for Rory. 5 seconds. Is that it? Wait, did you see an ad for only 5 seconds? You know what? Maybe it is entirely possible that Twitch has fiddled around with their settings and messed up my ad settings. Like maybe an update has made it so I need to recheck the ad settings. Because what I really want is ads to show up every like 45 minutes and no longer than 30 seconds. Some people have like 1 minute and 40 seconds, but 30 seconds is more than enough in my opinion. But if it did show, like I said, I'll check it out later, and also I'll probably mention it on my Discord, um, when I find out what was wrong with it. If. Hello there.
How's it going?
Hey.
Any
Nice.
Sanctuary members around?
No. Yeah, I see your dust scar. I actually thought you were a sanctuary first. I haven't actually seen
not,
anyone around here. Yeah, Duskar, for now, has the green and black armbands. That's the civilization of Duskar. Unfortunately. I was looking for my brother, and I wanted to see if he was here. And remember what Rusty told us back in episode, I think it was 6? Might have been 6. he did say that Duskar was a little bit more uptight than Sanctuary. They were a little bit more wary of people, even though they were a friendly settlement. They were more militarized. Yeah, that's probably the better word for it. Sanctuary was pretty much civilians, basically civilians coming together and forming a community with Ron Swanson elected mayor. That's pretty much the gist of it. I think that's what that's the image I got of them. But Duskar was more like militarized. They had the Sentinels. Of course, Sanctuary had the Rangers, but yeah, I don't know.
Gotcha.
Everything
What's your
seems
name?
to be closed down. My name is Robin Burley.
Robin, my name's Tommy.
Tommy. All right, cool.
Tommy of Duskar. He would show up in later in this episode. Now, you can hear gunfire coming from the left. That's actually coming across the bay, and that is from what would be or what is the Portland Riders compound. They had a huge compound where the Riders were based.
Yeah, this place seems deserted, actually.
That does. Might have to send out a radio.
Except for the gentleman shooting across the bay.
They might be around the bar. You coming in? Anybody home?
Now, this is the halfway bar and lodging house. This is where Robin. We did rent a room here back in episode 8, 9, I think it was. And it was actually nice because it felt like we were getting good lodgings. We went to sleep in the room and actually woke up in the room again. We rented it for like 20 nails a night. Kind of like not worth it in my opinion. But for the role play, it was actually worth it. It was, you know, I'm just saying thinking out of character, you can actually basically log off wherever you want to. But for the purposes of role play, it was actually really cool. And it was a lot more people in the bar than it is now, of course. So there's like nobody there now.
I think it's pretty empty here.
Looks like that to me.
See if we can help ourselves, shall we?
Go for it.
Beer kegs seem to be pretty dry. Ah, shit. But wait, here was something. Whoa, wait a minute.
Jägermeister.
Skull, my green brothers.
I'm an ambassador for Duskar. This is a friend.
Actually, there were a multitude of alcohol beverages on Survivalists. Don't know. I think it was a mod, most likely. You could drink. There was Jägermeister. There was Jack Daniels. There was Absolute Vodka, which I drank in episode 14 in the beginning. So I mean, Millie did offer it to us, to me at least. So there were a lot of different alcoholic beverages there. It's kind of cool.
Just recently joined Duskar.
Champagne
All
as
right.
well, I think.
Are you, like, on official business here?
I am.
Okay, cool.
He's very hard to pump for information, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm trying my best to ask him about what happened and but he's very tight-lipped. Can you get drunk there? Yeah, don't you remember episode 14? I had that little fight with my brother and I got drunk. Come on. Pick it up. Oh wait, no, you might not actually have seen that one. I think you started watching in episode 15. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, you can get really drunk, definitely. Um,
Like anything you can disclose, or is it like top secret?
Just a simple conversation. They have something of ours.
Oh, okay. I didn't take Sanctuary for, like, robbers.
From what I know, Sanctuary doesn't rob people.
No, that's, like, my image of them, too. I don't know. Sanctuary, I feel like Sanctuary has been letting in, like, a bunch of people without really doing background checks on them.
It's because everybody's welcome here. It's a neutral place. It's a settlement where, you know, the doors are open for everybody to walk around. So, I don't really know if a background check is needed.
No, probably not. That's probably, like, the flip side of it. Like, everybody's welcome here, but, yeah, everybody's welcome here.
exactly.
Alright. I was up with my brother at RCFI, and when I woke up, he was missing. So right now, I'm looking for him. I have no idea where he went, or if he's in trouble or anything.
Sorry to hear that. What's your brother's name?
My brother's name is Rory Burley. If you find him or find any trace of him, please like give me a shout out over the radio. That would be a lot of help.
Can do.
We also have a cousin called Dexter Burley. He's a little bit special. But yeah, same treatment there. If you find any trace of him, let me know if you can.
A little bit special.
I can do.
All right. Well, good luck with your official mission here. Hope you get back whatever it is that they have.
I appreciate it. You take care.
Yeah, you too.
I would also find out on the Discord, over their Discord, they had a lot of radio chatter there. What had been stolen from Duskar was, again, a couple of armbands from Duskar. This is the problem when you don't have a rule about not being allowed to moonlight as other factions. That's kind of like what I said from the get-go. So now they're really worried about that. They want to get back their armbands, yada, yada, yada. But armbands are not supposed to be items of conflict. Flags. I could see flags being something that would mean a great deal. But armbands should not have the power of fear or desire that it has on those servers. I feel like yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they were actually looking for Sanctuary. They wanted to talk to Sanctuary members because apparently someone, allegedly part of Sanctuary, had stolen Duskar armbands. So they were wanting to get a hold of Mayor Swanson and ask him, like, what the hell is going on? We need our stuff back, basically.
Well, no luck at Sanctuary, and the Duskar boys had seemed a little bit uptight, so I figured best not to pester them needlessly.
Just a bit.
Next up, the Salty Cougar. Hell, I figured just finding it open would be a stroke of luck right now.
Right. The Salty Cougar, we've never been inside the Salty Cougar. Like I said before, the Salty Cougar was a very neutral place. It wasn't a settlement or anything. It was a public bar where anybody could go, even bandits. So that was like a you just had to remember to leave your weapons and your troubles, your like conflicts at the door, because everybody was welcomed in the Salty Cougar bar. But up until this point, I had never set my foot inside the Salty Cougar.
Oh, there's somebody over there. Let's see.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Good.
Notice the armband. Here we have another member of the Arbiters. Nice. Nice to see. What's your name?
You adventuring right now?
Well, I'm actually trying to see if I can meet up with my brother. You know if the Cougar's open?
Salty Cougar? I'm not sure. What are you part of a faction?
No, I'm a small group, basically. Trying to find each other since yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, nice, man.
Yeah.
So you're part of a faction?
A moral group. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Informal.
It took a moment for me to realize what was happening, but suddenly I did have guns pointed at me. Yep, it was a robbery.
Go ahead and stick them up. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, I gotcha. No worries. Hey, you know Robbie?
Being outnumbered and outgunned, all I could do was try to name drop one of their own and hope it would have some kind of positive effect.
Or Alex? Alex Woods ring a bell? I was really trying. You know, like, I was like, oh shit, I'm being robbed. Okay. Let's see if I can, like, mention names just to see if, like, anybody knows about me from, you know, Alex or Robbie or anybody from the Arbiters. I just needed to try it, you know.
It didn't work.
No, Alex Woods.
Okay.
All right, boys, go ahead and search them.
By the way, did you hear how he said that? No, Alex Woods. And then he stopped talking. I think he was gonna say something about Alex Woods maybe or maybe not being slightly out of favor with the Arbiters because Alex Woods had a reputation of being the wild one, even for the Arbiters. Um, and I would learn later that me name dropping Alex Woods right here probably wasn't the best idea because they like it might have even sealed the deal that they wanted to rob me because they were well, since Alex was like maybe slightly in disfavor, it was, you know, it's just I had to take a shot, you know. What did they take? You'll see. I actually mention it, and I do tell another guy about it, so you'll see.
Sorry I had to end this way, man. I just no hard feelings.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Ah, I got a couple good tapes on you there, I see. I'm not interested in any of your expensive stuff, but I will take these landmines. These can benefit to us, you know?
Alright. Sure. Knew I shouldn't have gone past the cougar.
Alright, fella. Well, you just gave me my lunch and dinner, so, you can go ahead and walk down to the end of that bus, and once we're gone, you're good.
I love how he says that. You just gave me my lunch and dinner. Will you get it back? Don't worry. Watch the show. You'll see. Well, that bus that I'm looking at?
Oh, the one I'm looking
Down
at.
there.
Oh,
Yeah, down there.
East.
all right. Sure.
Have a good day, man. Hey, no hard feelings, brother. All right.
You're kind of like gentleman robbers, so I guess it's okay. I mean, that's true in a way. They weren't acting obnoxious. They weren't, you know, being like, hands up, motherfucker, you know, like, they weren't being abrasive or anything. They were, like, being very friendly, but, you know, just robbing you. So, it felt not too bad. I mean, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad either. Alright. You better be nice to my
Careful,
shit,
Beachy.
alright? Take care of that.
I'll have to beat
As
you with this
always.
cloth backpack.
Well, I suppose it was bound to happen sooner or later. Like I always said, you never knew with the Arbiters, and this time they proved their true colors. They had behaved very politely, though, professional and even courteous to a point. I could only thank the fates for aligning to the fact that I'd made the right choice and not brought Clarabelle with me. If I had, she'd been stolen from me at this point. Firepower is all well and good, but the tactical situation would have rendered her completely useless. The only thing I could do now was struggle myself free and continue my journey.
The only thing, like, pretty much what I'm saying here is, one of your guns, the newest one, if I remember right. Oh, you mean Clarabelle? Yeah, Clarabelle was my nickname for my M4 assault rifle. That one I had left at home. So that's what I've said before. I was really thankful that I did that because of that they couldn't take it because I didn't have it on me. So that was really it felt really good to not, lose that one because it was the only assault. Well, I did have the AK-74 as well, but still, like, neither. I didn't want to lose either of them. All right, let's see if they left me anything. Well, at least I got to keep the Walter. Stupid landmines. I didn't need the landmines anyway. How... But how could they band you up? First, you Jaff had your hand in the air, and the next they were down. Yeah. Well, the thing is, you reach for the skies with F5. When you press F5, I think it's F5, if I remember correctly. With F5, you raise your hands like that, and then, pretty much the only thing they need is they need to have a rope or handcuffs or anything that the game knows that the game has assigned to be a tool for tying people's hands together. So say they have a rope, which I think he had. I think he had that, not cuffs. They just have to have the rope in their hand. They walk up to a person, and they will get the prompt tie up person. So they just hold the left mouse button and they will start tying your hands behind your back. And then you basically just have your hands tied. Can't really do anything except move around, walk around. But if you hold down left mouse button when your hands are tied, you will start to like wiggle around. You will start to wiggle, and you will see a little circle that counts down. And when the circle counts down or is complete, you will break free. That's why most robbers in DayZ tells you that you can't wiggle. Stop wiggle or I will shoot you. Because they know that you can just wiggle free with, the press of a button, pretty much. I actually didn't hear them tell me to go out, to get on the ground. Like, oh yeah. Suddenly they pointed the guns. Okay, fine, that should have been a telltale sign. But I was like, I was actually wondering, like, what are they doing? And then it's like, oh, right. Yeah, that's actually, I remember they didn't say anything when they first came up to me. In the video, I actually put a voiceover during that time, so you don't actually hear it. But they did, in fact, not say anything. They just started pointing weapons at me. And I had no idea what they were doing. I thought there was maybe something behind me or something. Because they didn't say, put your hands up or anything like that. They didn't issue a verbal threat. Now, it took maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds before one of them said, like, you know what to do, hands up. Then I was like, oh, now I get it. Okay. So it was a little bit awkward. at first. Like I was like, what's going on here? I was completely oblivious, you know. Okay, so up here is the Salty Cougar Tavern. Let's see if anybody's there. It's probably a robbery, and then they were like, okay, yeah, you know the drill. Oh, smoke. Yo, yo. Anybody home?
Oh, hello.
Oh, somebody here? Oh, hey. How are you? Are you part of these guys? Or you just...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Liam. What's your name?
Liam. Okay, I'm Robin Burley.
I hear you. There we go.
So, yeah, I was just robbed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was the Arbiters. They were real friendly about it though, but I was like, okay, yeah, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. Well, I know some of the arbiters. That's just kind of how they roll. What they take off of you?
They took, I'm not entirely sure, I think they took like 2 landmines that I found at RCFI. That, not really that big of a loss though, because I didn't even know what I was gonna use the landmines for. I didn't have, you know, that pressing a threat to actually use landmines in front of my door or anything like that. And like, if I had guests, what the hell? Like, are they gonna walk on landmines? So the landmines were no big deal. Right now, I'm trying to tell him what was taken, but I myself am not realizing that they actually took some more stuff than I myself realize. I'll realize that in a moment. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it, I think. A couple of tapes as well, I think. Yeah, so, is this place open?
I was just about to head down to Duskar to do some trading, but
Ooh,
could come along if you want to.
yeah, I was actually interested in. I haven't been inside Duskar either. Like I haven't been in here. I haven't been in Duskar. So.
But you can come in here and take a look around. Speaking of landmines, I actually happen to have one I don't need, so
Oh, really?
I will impart that onto you.
Oh, this is beautiful. Jesus. This was the only time before the storm hit that I was let into the Salty Cougar Tavern. This was the place where people gathered. You know, so many people did campfire RP here. So many people met other people for the very first time here. This was a nexus. This was a place of gathering, you know. It was actually really cool. I would never really be a part of that when the Salty Cougar was here, but then the storm hit, i.e., whenever a role player says the storm hit, that means a server reset. Whenever sometimes the admins need to reset the server because new updates to the game are released, and some updates actually mess around with the game to such a point where you have to wipe the server. And that means destroying everything that exists on the server, even the characters. Some server owners allow for the characters to remain as they are, but everything built in the world will be destroyed. Whenever that happens, the factions usually pull together and try to rebuild everything. But I mean, yes, they can rebuild everything just the way it was. However, a lot of the factions usually use that time to relocate, to move elsewhere. That is something which Salty Cougar would do, and I would actually be a part of Salty Cougar role play around the campfire in the new location after this one. I would go up to Salty Cougar many times, but you'll see where that one ends up. For now, it's located here.
Yes, sir.
Finally, I was inside the Salty Cougar. Well, the guest area, anyway.
I guess can't come past this point. Sorry.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Food stuff, please take what you leave. Oh, okay, cool. Ooh, can I maybe put in something that I don't need, maybe? Yeah, I don't need... Oh, did he take... Oh, he took my Pioneer as well. Yep. Okay, yeah, he took my 527 and my Pioneer as well. And another thing as well.
Of course he did.
Alright, fine. Which
And
I
he took
found...
my fucking belt.
Oh,
Yep.
right. So he took a Pioneer, he took a 527. Both of those are rifles, hunting rifles, and he also took my fucking belt. That was on my waist, like around my waist. What the hell? That was a belt I really wanted to keep because I don't know if it was like a fanny pack or if it was another type of belt, but you know, I was really shocked about that. Like, what the hell? He took my belt. I'm gonna drop my pants soon. You know?
God damn it, I like that belt.
Oh no, there's the fanny pack actually. Okay, good. This. No. Stop that. Jesus. Sorry. Sorry about that. I actually accidentally hit a button here. But yeah, the fanny pack is still there. So I did have a spare belt that I can actually put on myself. I don't know if I realized that. Sometimes it's easy to become blind to all the items you have in your inventory. I've noticed that on a couple of occasions when I've looked, like, you know, I've watched some of these videos and I'm like seeing myself, you know, going through my inventory and I'm like, wait, you have it there. Why don't you have it there? You know, like, why don't you use that? So many times I get really blinded by all the items I have. Also, like, I'll mention it to you guys now. The fact that rifles that I have in my inventory, sometimes, like here, I forget that I can... You see, I have a rifle here, the Gewehr here. Why don't I put it in the rifle slot on the Munghard's hiking backpack? Usually, I remember to do that. But here, for some reason, I think I was just so shaken, you know, by the robbery or anything. But yeah, I could basically take this entire rifle here, just put it on the Munghard hiking backpack, and I would save up all this space. Ridiculous.
Of course he did. Alright, fine. And he took my fucking belt. Oh, right. God damn it, I like that belt. Hey, man. I just saw that he actually took a little bit more than I realized. I had a Pioneer and a CR 527. Both of them are gone. And he took my freaking belt as well. But it's kind of okay. I did have a fanny pack on me, so I can use that instead of the other belt.
Yeah, I dropped your landmine right there.
Hey, well, that's very sweet of you. Thank you, thank you.
And you wouldn't be interested in something like this, would you?
Oh, is that an AR? Or is it
M417.
Ah.
It's not an assault rifle. It's more of a marksman rifle. It's semi-automatic, so it's you can't go full auto on it. It's still a good rifle, but it's like one shot over and over.
It's a 308 semi-automatic.
Well, I was just robbed, so I don't really have anything. Well, I do have stuff to trade, but like I don't have any nails or anything. I used to think that semi-automatic meant burst shots.
semi-automatic, in my head that's like kind of automatic. So I always used to think before I learned the real difference, I used to think that semi-automatic meant burst shot. You know, you shoot ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum, instead of like fully automatic, which is ba 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 bum. So, but semi-automatic actually means um, that it automatically loads a shot into the barrel. Um, Semi-automatic has nothing to do with burst shot, which is a completely different thing. So yeah, just a little bit of useless information for any viewer out there.
How about this? You just take it.
Really?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Again, I put it there, like here, and not here. That annoys me. I know I have OCD, and yeah, I should really let that go. But why didn't I put it there?
I was stunned, and to a degree unable to really show my appreciation for this huge bout of generosity. Liam's insistence that I just take it had me a little worried that I might be accepting some form of contraband.
Yeah, I was really suspecting that he had stolen that, and then he needed to like get rid of it. So he's like, just take it. And the way he said it kind of gave me a little bit of suspicious vibes, because he was like saying it like, you know what, um, just take it. Like, I don't know if you heard, but and that made me that was the only thing that made me a little bit wary. I like, just okay, yeah.
Stolen goods, or anything else that would come back to bite me in the ass. He seemed very keen on getting rid of the M417, but even though it made me slightly nervous, I accepted and decided to test his generosity in full. If this would truly prove to come with no strings attached in the long run, then Liam had just made a friend for life.
This wouldn't be like, you know, a trick, would it?
Well, if it was, that would look very poorly upon the cougar, so no.
Yeah.
It just I had an extra one, I don't really carry it,
All right.
and you just got your shit taken, so just
Yeah.
consider it a gift of goodwill.
Well, thank you very much. That's
something
very...
to ease the pain.
Yeah, that's highly appreciated. I mean, the M417, it's a lot better than what I actually did lose. I lost a 527, CR527, and a Pioneer. Both of those, the CR527 fires 7.62 39, which is basic hunting rifle ammunition. And the Pioneer shoots, I think, 5.56, which is assault rifle ammunition, but the Pioneer is a single shot rifle. However, the M417, I'm not sure if it fires 5.56 or if it fires 308. 308 is like the best ammo, vanilla ammo, except for also Mosin ammo. 7.6254. 7.6254 and 308 are both the best caliber ammo. They do the most damage. Something for you to remember, Sussy. All right, so tell me a little bit about this place. I see like a 3 flags up there.
We alternate them depending on the allied factions that we have. We try and represent every faction because we are neutral.
All right.
Entirely, like we don't take any side.
I gotcha. That's actually interesting, considering what flag is being flown up there. You won something for being robbed. well, I got something better in return, I guess. Then again, I think CR527 and a Pioneer, those are 2 rifles. I got 1 rifle back. So it kind of evens out, you know? I got a slightly better rifle, but I lost 2 rifles that I could have sold or whatever. But it doesn't matter that much. I don't even know if I used the marksman that much. I don't remember. Anyway, so about the flags, this is actually kind of interesting.
Unless we are assaulted directly. But I believe I don't know what the blue flag is. I couldn't really tell you, but I believe the black one.
Let me see. Hold on. Do I still have my? Yeah, I do. Okay. I think blue is Bastion actually. Yeah, it is. It says Bastion on it.
Oh crap! I couldn't see from here. I think that's the black and with the white in the center. That may be the arbiters. I'm not quite sure.
No, oh my God! No, it isn't. You know what that is?
What is it?
That is motherfucking Ghost.
No shit. Oh, I think there are some remnants still around on the island.
Yeah, the Ghost actually used that flag instead of the skull. This flag actually, in my opinion, looks a lot better than the standard skull that the Ghosts used in the beginning. This flag with the pentagram and the Ouroboros snake that goes around it looked a lot better. I mean, look at it. That actually looks really cool and really good compared to their old symbol, which was just like a very plain skull and crossbones. This one I know for a fact represented Ghost because they had in the bio description section of their the Discord, they had put up the description of the Ghost remnants, and also they showed this symbol. So I knew for a fact that this was Ghost. Did they take nails too? No, I didn't have any nails on me. I don't think. I think I rarely went out with nails on me unless I was like planning on buying something. So I think most times I left the house, I left nails at home. I could find nails on my journey around, of course, but I think here I hadn't found any nails. That is motherfucking Ghost.
No shit. Oh, I think there are some remnants still around on the island.
This is interesting. Are you guys allied with the Ghosts, you mean? Yeah, that actually got me a little bit, I got a little bit nervous. When I saw the Ghost flag flying over the Salty Cougar, I was like, oh shit. Suddenly I don't know if I really want to be here, you know? Because you remember what I told you about Ghost, right, Sassy?
Not quite sure.
That's... And I couldn't decide if he was trying to play coy with me or if he actually did not know. I couldn't decide if he was like, no, I don't know, or, no, I don't know. But, like, okay. But in the end, I actually did find out that, no, they were actually neutral. Salty Cougar was always neutral. Salty Cougar was always neutral, so the fact that they're flying the Ghost Remnants flag, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just meant that, and like he said earlier, they alternate the flags pretty much. I know
So we try to be friendly with every faction.
Yeah, I gotcha. I did see a Duscar flag here before, and I know that there's somebody who's a citizen of Duscar, like that's how this was founded. So...
yeah. We are allies with Duscar, and the original founders of this place were originally from there.
Salty Cougar fan club, okay. Give me a S, give us a C. So, basically the rundown, the breakdown of these factions. They were all very different, but kind of similar in a way as well. There were, of course, a lot of hostile factions, but there were also friendly factions. Bastion was one of the friendly factions, but we'll get to them in due time. Right now, up to this point, we still have not met Bastion at all. But if we go over the factions that we have met that have been really relatively friendly with us, the bigger ones at least. I mean, we did meet the outcasts and all that, but they were wiped out by the Red Militia. But you do have Duskar, Sanctuary, and you have Salty Cougar. Now, Duskar and Sanctuary, they were both settlements, meaning you as a player could apply for membership in their in their uh, in their group. You could apply for residence. You could get a house in either Duskar or Sanctuary and become a part of their community. Salty Cougar was pretty much a neutral meeting ground, a neutral meeting ground, and you didn't really. I don't think it was open for membership as such. It was more along the lines of people trying to cater to everybody's needs and giving them a place to gather. But they were more or less neutral and not that big of a group, but very influential. On to the contrary, you know what I mean? Now there's another ad break according to my chat window here. It's interesting. Sorry for asking so much. No, 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 no. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. It's completely fine. I mean, if you need, and now it says ad break ended. If you need to ask about stuff, don't worry about it. Just ask, and it's all well and good. 5 seconds again. Yeah, I think you know what? I think that means that the settings have been reset. I'm gonna look into that. Like I said. Yeah.
Give all the teas. Salty Cougar Tavern is best. Okay. You need to open more. I want to get wasted. Tank Yankee. Okay. Oh. He's... Oh!
Tank was an interesting character. Tank... I think... was a part of the Arbiters. And... I think he would go on to go crazy at one point. I don't remember.
Well, thank you very much. Good sir.
Reason why I'm talking about him like this is because I don't think I ever met him. So I can, like, mention that.
Yep.
Well, here. Cheers to you and your hospitality.
Drink up, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, if you're ready, man, we can
Yeah.
head on to a desk car.
Let's go. Alright, so tell me, how did you come by... Like, how did you become a member of, Like, are you with Salty Cougar? Is that, like, a faction, or... Are you with someone else?
Yeah, yeah. I'm one of the, I guess you could say employees, I guess. That's not really what they call it, but I guess you could say.
I mean, okay, I think Salty Cougar might have accepted applications to be what he says, like an employee, but they didn't have, like, many, like, houses that you know, like, they weren't a town, so to say. Like, they were more like a small faction that that were very publicly open to everybody and like that. They did have the leader of Salty Cougar was probably, after Warlock, was probably the most significant, like, important person on the entire server. Skylar. Skylar was a woman that was just knee deep in everything. She was like, she ran the Salty Cougar Tavern. She was also, you know, like, heavily involved in the storyline of the server. And also, there was some kind of connection there with Warlock, which you'll see later. And Warlock was, well, we'll get to that. Trust me. That you'll see what happens in season 2. But yeah, all right.
I was formerly a member of Sanctuary, and
Right now, the Burley family is only interested in finding their other family members. But soon enough, that will change, and you'll see when we get to that point.
I started coming by the Cougar and helping out every now and again. And eventually, I just decided to, I just went and talked to Skylar, and she said, yeah, you can go ahead and join.
Skylar.
And I've been with them ever since.
Alright, Skylar, is that like the boss of the Cougar?
Her and Oliver used to run it together, but I'm not sure what happened with Oliver. I think he went missing.
Oliver, yeah, Oliver is another guy that we'll meet, but he won't really be the same. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. No, actually, you know what? This is commentary, so I can actually mention these things. Oliver, I think, was the guy that would become Spirit. Spirit, or the, what was he called? The Tainted One. We'll meet him when we meet Skylar. I'll just say that. Okay, okay.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Anybody home?
Oh, I see a fire over there.
Yeah, I see smoke.
Hello?
Hello? So this is Duskar. This is the big Duskar settlement where we entered in episode, I think it was episode 11, I think. Wait, episode 11. Yeah, episode 11. And we only made it into the antechamber, or the reception area, I should say. And everything else was locked and there was nobody there. Now there's actually people here. And not only Duskarites.
Hello, who's out there?
Hello?
This is...
Welcome to the city of Duskar. Please respect our rules or leave. You hear? They are a little bit more to the point than what Sanctuary is. They are more militaristic, a little bit more cautious with who they let in. Leave your quarrels at this gate. Interesting way they spell quarrels, by the way. I wonder if they were thinking they were being cute. Holster your weapons. Respect everyone within the walls. Please see facts on the other notes. Regards, City of Dusk.
Liam from the Salty Cougar.
And this is Robin Burley.
Yes, sir.
State
that
your
Matrix?
business.
Oh, just coming to visit and maybe trade a little.
Same.
Really quick. Just so you guys are both aware, we are currently on a heightened alertness. And
That voice, I would recognize that voice anywhere. It belongs to Motormouth Matrix, the guy we met in episode 9. I think it was. The episode called Sanctuary. He was the guy that could never shut up, and he couldn't hold his liquor. I gave him a bottle of, I think it was Jack Daniels, something like rum, whiskey, I think it was. And he kept puking and puking all over the floor, or the ground. And eventually, like, the head of security in Sanctuary was like, I'm going to have to ask you to leave before you flood our streets. You know, it was... This guy cannot shut up, but he is a wonderful person, wonderful companion.
on lockdown, so just be
Oh,
careful
shit.
around here.
Gotcha. Triple M, is that
Yes,
you?
this is
Yeah, I called him Triple M. Motor Mouth Matrix.
Matrix. This is me, yeah.
Knew it.
I know, I look pretty much completely different. Don't worry, I still have my regular outfit. It's just I'm on duty.
Tommy, I
so-
need to see.
Yeah, this guy, Matrix, this is the guy that we were trying to find when we went up to the Wharf Armory
and bought Clarabelle, the assault rifle. This is the guy that we were trying to find there. I gotcha. Okay.
We got a couple traders right here, Robin and Liam. They're right here. They're New Moon.
Yeah. Did you hear that? New Moon. This is the only time I would ever meet members of New Moon, the New Moon faction. They were the guys that used to own the fire station in Oceanville. Meanwhile, like inside, like, you know, New Haven's territory. And then they left, and New Haven took over the fire station. I would find out where they were based, though, but this is the only time I met him, or I met them. So this is New Moon, the guys inside the building here. Finally found him. Yeah, I know. Oh, New Moon. Finally. Yeah, they have the armbands with like the different phases of the moon. So they have the black armband with like half moon, full moon, all
Get
that.
to meet them. You were based in Oceanville before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been wondering when we got to meet you. Like, the fire station was always abandoned when we got there. Like, when we... You're hard to find, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I got a trade stalls clutch over here. I'm a trader as well if you want to come over.
Hello.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, sure. Alright, so I wanted to tell Matrix that I got robbed, but while he is like, while I'm eating like something that he gave me, suddenly we're interrupted by none other than Tommy, the guy that we met at Sanctuary when Sanctuary was completely quiet, the ambassador for Duskar. So here's what happens.
Sure. Professionals.
I'm gonna say I was actually robbed just now.
Where?
Fuck me.
It was like a
Everybody,
little
I
bit
need you to
west
come to the center
of
for a second.
Cougar.
Hold your trading. All trading is being halted.
Oh, right. I didn't actually get the stew yet. I think I get it later. Okay, never mind.
Come to the center.
Hello. Does this count?
That's perfectly fine.
Hello.
For the people who aren't Duskar.
This is Tommy. He doesn't have his poncho anymore. Right now, he's like wearing a helmet and whatever.
Oh.
Also, I will say this. You might notice that the armband on Matrix looks a little bit different than the Duskar armbands that are the standard black, gray, and yellow, or black, green, and yellow. The armband on Matrix is green, yellow, and red. That was actually a subgroup of Duskar known as the Duskar Sentinels. They were like the military arm of Duskar. They were their own little sub-faction within the faction of Duskar. It was a little bit confusing, but yeah, they had their own... They were like the military part of Duskar.
Okay, sure.
You can clearly see it here. Like, this armband here, this is normal Duskar. This is like what Duskar looked like. And then you have Matrix's armband over here, which looks a little bit different. This sort of denotes the Sentinels, the military branch of Duskar, the military, the in-house military, so to speak.
Right. The people who attacked us have claimed that they're coming back over to talk. Personally, I don't think there's anything to talk about, so probably to end up in a gunfight. For your guys' safety, I would like to ask all of you guys to leave.
I mean, I
I
think
don't
we
want
would
anyone-
be leaving anyway.
Yeah, I don't want any of you guys getting hurt between a fight between us and these people.
I guess that's fair.
Oh,
So,
Well,
Here, Rob.
if you guys would
Take that
like
for
to
the-
quickly finish up your tradings, that's fine.
He gave me a stew.
All right.
But I'll have to ask you guys to head out before the fighting potentially begins.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm sorry,
yes,
sorry
sir.
you got robbed and everything, but we'll talk later, man.
Is it
Yeah,
possible?
yeah.
Do you guys need
It's typical,
any
right?
help?
So,
Because I'm
yeah,
sure
I
that
know,
New
yeah,
Moon will
so
probably.
usually you'll do
We
this
really
probably
appreciate
supporting
you
you,
guys
but yeah,
offering
no.
your assistance, but it's probably best for us to keep it Duskar business. But I think
Triple M Dex is not your cousin, Dex. No, this is not Dex. This is Matrix. Triple M, I call Matrix is his real name. This is the guy that I was trying to find when I bought my rifle. This is Matrix, and I call him Triple M, Motor Mouth Matrix, just to pull his leg a little bit, make fun of him a little bit. Dex is our cousin. He's the guy that went to sleep up at Sanctuary. We haven't seen him tonight yet. Yeah, right.
Alright, everyone who is not Duskar, please make your way towards
tactfully
the door so we can let you up.
Tactfully, we could just hide inside the stall until the pops out.
I want to see all sentinels in the tuck now.
All right. Take care,
unfortunately
Matrix.
those are not
Yeah, see you
bulletproof,
later,
and
Robin. Tell everybody I said
shots
hi.
are getting
So-
Yeah, I will.
fired
And
in
you
the
called me
fly.
Triple M. What
I
does
would
that
rather
mean?
people say
Triple M.
Motor Mouth
especially friendly
Matrix.
bars.
Ah,
Oh,
get it?
I want you guys
I
getting
have a
drugged
nickname
and
for myself,
getting
yeah.
hurt.
I'll see
alright,
you,
we'll see
man.
guys
Yeah,
later.
take
Yes,
care.
guys,
Peace out, guys.
Have you gone? Do you have your stuff?
I still actually don't remember who attacked Duskar, because they were telling us to leave now. For our safety. They didn't want us to end up in the middle of a gunfight. I don't remember if I ever really, if it was revealed who attacked Duskar, but I don't think it was a named faction. It wasn't a big faction. It was, I think it was just bandits that didn't have an official name, you know. What's happening? Why are you moved away? Okay, I don't think you. Okay, let's do this again. Listen closely now, okay?
I mean,
All trading is being halted. Come to the center.
Hello. Does this count?
Listen to what he says now. They have been attacked earlier. Duskar, the settlement, has been attacked earlier today, okay? Now listen what he says.
That's perfectly fine. For the people who aren't Duskar.
Okay, sure.
Alright, the people who attacked us have claimed that they're coming back over to talk. Personally, I don't think there's anything to talk about, so probably to end up in a gunfight. For your guys' safety, I would like to ask all of you guys to leave.
I mean, I
I
think
don't
we
want
would
anyone-
be leaving anyway.
Yeah, I don't want any of you guys getting hurt between a fight between us and these people.
I guess that's fair.
Oh, question.
So,
Well,
Here, Rob.
if you guys would
Take
like
that
to
for the-
quickly finish up your tradings, that's fine.
All right.
But I'll have to ask you guys to head out before the fighting potentially begins.
So basically what's happening is they were attacked earlier, and apparently they've contacted Duskar and they want to talk, but Tommy here is saying that he doesn't believe that they're going to be they're not going to be talking. He believes that they're going to return for another fight. And because of that, he wants all traders in Duskar now to leave, because it's for our own safety. He's basically showing us the door so that we're not going to be there when they attack.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm sorry,
yes,
sorry
sir.
you got robbed and everything, but we'll talk later, man.
Is it
Yeah,
possible?
yeah.
Do you guys need
It's typical,
any
right?
help?
So,
Because I'm
yeah,
sure
I
that
know,
New
yeah,
Moon
so
will
usually you'll
probably.
do-
Also, it's interesting how New Moon is actually offering to help. They're offering to support Duskar, but Tommy here is saying that no, it's better if it's just us. So I think most likely New Moon was close to being allied with Duskar, or they were, I don't know if they were official allies, but they were really friendly with them. They had their own stall there even, so yeah. I think they were on really good terms with each
We
other.
really
Probably
appreciate you
supporting
guys
you.
offering
Yeah.
your assistance, but it's probably best for us to keep it Duskar business. But I thank you for the assistance.
And like I said, I still don't know who the people were that attacked Duskar before, because Duskar is one of the bigger factions on the server. So I found it like kind of strange that somebody would have like dared to attack them. So, but I mean, okay, if you have enough people, sure, but it's still interesting to me that happened.
Yeah,
Alright,
right.
everyone who is not
Alright.
Duskar, please
Guys,
make your way towards the
tactfully,
door so we can let you up.
Tactfully, we could just hide inside the stall until the pops out.
I want to see all sentinels in the tuck. Now.
All right, take care,
Unfortunately,
Matrix.
those are
Oh,
not
yeah, see you
bulletproof,
later,
and
Robin. Tell everybody I said
shots
hi.
are getting
So-
Yeah, I will.
fired
And
and
you called me
fly.
Triple M, what
I
does
would
that
rather
mean?
people say
Triple M.
Motor Mouth
especially friends of
Matrix.
ours.
Ah,
Oh,
get it?
I want you guys
I
getting
have a
drugged
nickname for
into and
myself,
getting
yeah.
hurt.
I love the fact that I got to tell him that, because I started calling him Motor Mouth Matrix on the Discord, and it just caught on. Like, whenever I said Triple M, more and more people would understand who I was referring to. And just the ability, or just the fact that I got to tell him in game, in character, that I'm calling you Triple M, that just sealed the deal. You know what I mean?
Alright.
I'll
I'll
see you,
see
man.
guys
Yeah,
later.
take
Yes,
care.
thanks,
Peace out, guys.
I felt good about that.
I have
All right. So what do we do now?
In all this confusion, I was somewhat guilt-struck that my mind had strayed off of Rory and my search for him.
Yeah. Remember, I have no idea where my brother is. My brother's missing. So now I realize that. But I kind of have to forgive myself a little bit, because I have just been robbed, and I found Matrix, and suddenly Duskar's attacked. All of these things have happened, so it's like, whoa, 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 oh, right. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Rory's missing. So I just realized it here.
But being this close to Starter Island, I figured I might as well head home and see if he had made it back to the homestead.
I'm thinking about returning home, and home is right across the bay over there.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna be swimming
return
there.
To the cougar myself.
Yeah, but it's been nice. And this is the third time I swim across the bay. It's the only way we could go from like Duskar Island back to Starter Island. Otherwise, if you don't swim across it, you have to like circumvent so much. You have to go from Starter Island over to the main southern island, up to the main northern island, over to like across and over down to Duskar Island. It's like such a long way to go. It's interesting to do that trip when you're like starting out and you're trying to meet people, but eventually we just, between Duskar and our homestead, we just swam across the bay. It would take a while. It took a while to swim that distance. It took maybe like, I don't know, 10 minutes, 12, 15 minutes. But the thing is, you always have to remember, when you swim for that long in DayZ, you have to remember to be full. You have to always eat before you go for a swim in DayZ. That's actually contrary to what people tell you to do in real life. In real life, you should never swim on a full stomach, But in DayZ, if you don't have much food and you start swimming, you can't eat until you get ashore. So you can actually find yourself starving when you're out in the water, So you really have to remember that as well. Meeting you and thanks for your generosity once again.
No problem, man.
And hope to meet you soon again.
Definitely. You have a wonderful day, my friend.
You too. And thanks again.
No problem.
Here we go again. Record time.
Finally home, but no Rory in sight. Dex wasn't back either.
Chicken Wing, this is Mama Goose. Come in, Chicken Wing. Trying it again.
Oh.
What?
Oh my god.
Are you there?
You scared the fuck out of me.
Rory, where the fuck are you?
I don't know. I'm running. There's someone chasing me. I'm running.
Wait. Do you know where you are? I mean, what?
I'm running. Yeah. Just north of Sunset Cross.
Alright, can you make it here? Go to that peninsula. Notice what I said before. Now we see the map. Like I said before, if you don't swim, this is where we swam. This is where you swim to get to Duskar Island up here. And down here is like, this is our starting area. This is actually where we lived. This is our home. This down here is like where Oceanville and New Haven and all those are. Now, this is a relatively small island. This is where we started out. Eventually, they would actually build, or with the next storm, with the next map update, John McClane would actually put bridges that would go here. Right here. It would connect Starter Island here and over here. So there will always be a land crossing here. But for now, if you didn't want to swim and you wanted to get to Duskar, you had to go all the way down here and then cross. Like, it's so much. It's like outside. I can't like even show you how much you would have to go. You would have to like go down here and then over here, you know, up here and then over here. Not even here. You can't even cross here. Later you would be able to do that, but you'd have to go like up here and then it's a lot. So, and swim across the camp. Actually, could we see a not so zoomed in map?
Just north of Sunset Cross.
Alright, can you make it here? Go to that peninsula and swim across the Camp Bear. No, we can't. Okay, never mind. Jesus. Oh! But there is another thing that I'm looking at right now. Remember how I told you about the door at the back of my house leading to and from the armory that I had actually boarded up? Notice, if you will, that same door in that room is now gone. The only thing there is the like the usual door, this door you can see here. The door that I had built that was locked is gone here. And that is because it has despawned. Because all this time when the door has been there, we've just completely forgotten about putting up a flagpole. Now remember what I said, flagpoles are the things that have a radius around you or around them which make everything within that radius will not despawn. Anything that doesn't have a flagpole influencing it, anything that has been built will eventually disappear. So I didn't realize it here. I didn't even realize that the door was gone here, but I see it now. And that is why every now and then I would return home and I would see like rifles missing, ammunition gone. Not all of it, but some of it would be like disappear. And I'd be like, what the hell is going on? How are they getting in here? And right here is the answer. The door that I'd built was completely just vanished. It just vanished. And it would take some time before I realized that. right here, you'd think that, oh, it's plain as day. Why am I not seeing it? But right now I'm doing a scenario, so I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about what the hell is going on with my brother. So let's get back to the story. I just wanted to mention that. Yep, here is when the door has disappeared. And for all intents and purposes, my house here now, the very homestead that I live in, is not secure anymore. It would take a little while. I think at the beginning of episode 19, I think, is when we build the flagpole, finally. Um, so it would be like not secured next episode as well. But I wouldn't even think about that. But you can like keep that in mind. It's not. I will never like actually act on that, so it's not necessary to remember that. But it's just a little fun fact, you know.
But what happened to you? Like, you were gone when I woke up.
I don't know. I don't know. I fell asleep. I nodded off, and the next thing I knew, I was in the swamp. I've been sick. I'm wet, miserable. I just got chased for like 20 fucking minutes. I just want to go home.
Okay, Rory, just try to make it back. I might know what's wrong. This all made sense now. The sudden disappearances, the random reappearances. In his childhood, Rory had been chronically plagued with sleepwalking. It was entirely possible that the emotional turmoil of recent events had forced this affliction back to the surface again. I had to keep this in mind in the future. It's good to hear your voice at least.
You know what? Yeah, that's the reason. That's what happened. Rory, for all intents and purposes, was sleepwalking. He was still sleepwalking, and that's why he disappeared from RCFI when I was there. That little exposition, that little explanation, I should say, that was thought, that was conjured up on the spot, and it was also something that made it easy to explain away why me and Rory woke up, i.e., logged on, in different places and didn't see each other. I could explain it away conveniently with the fact that Rory's sleepwalking. You know? We actually discussed that, me and Maddie. We were like, yeah, it could be explained away like that. So it was for the sake of convenience, but it was also like something that, you know, it could very well be true. And again, for all intents and purposes, yes, for the story, for the sake of the story, Rory was sleepwalking.
You know? I thought you were, like, kidnapped or something. Rory would make it back by dusk, and he wasn't alone.
I'm sorry for what's about to happen. I brought some friends.
Many zombies, many military zombies even.
Get in here quickly. Good.
Get outside the window so I can kind of see him in the dark.
Of course I can't, like, aim, because then the night vision goggles don't work.
I mean, scope aiming. This is no scoping. This is just me aiming in third person. When I said aim, I mean literally going into scope view, you know? When I do that and I have night vision goggles on, night vision goggles switch off. And then it's just pitch black if you're trying to aim at night. So there's no point in aiming going into scope, I mean.
I'm gonna try to...
I have an idea if you want to go through it with it. It keeps the mess from being outside too. We closed this door.
Oh yeah, we open up? Okay, yeah, sure. Why not?
Alright. Sort of making a killing ground. We're gonna let them into the foyer, and then we're gonna kill them as they enter. I'm opening up the floodgates, and I'm gonna come rushing by you, okay? Alright, here we go. Honestly, look at the blood splatter on the wall. I love that effect. Look at this. Look at this. Thing of it is, I'm actually using the M417, which Liam gave me earlier in the episode. That's true. The fun thing is, Rory is using, what is he using? An SG5. That's a submachine gun. It shoots 919 millimeter. They don't really penetrate that well. It's a sidearm ammo, but they do the job. But the M417 is actually using, I think, 308, which I said is like one of the best calibers. Those are the ones that are doing the blood splatter on the wall. Just check this out. And they also have different they also have a different sound to it as well.
Oh, that blood splatter must be added. That looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even think.
Right? You see how tough they are during the night. This is what I'm talking about. And these are also military zombos, so they are doubly boosted. Military zombies were already strong, as opposed to civilian zombies. But at night, they're even more so. So they are a bitch to put down. Look at that fucking... Oh, wasted. Watch out. Be careful.
I closed the door.
Okay. Alright. So... let me see here. Yeah, you remember we were up at our CFI.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I woke up. Now I'm actually going to explain. I have the difficult task of explaining to Rory about his sleepwalking. Up, and you were missing, which I kind of figured out now. Maybe I know why you suddenly appeared somewhere else. Do you remember when you were a kid, and when we were kids, and you could find yourself in the middle of the night, like downstairs?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that not normal?
No,
that's normal.
No, that's not normal. I later found out because Mom told me that you were sleepwalking. You have apparently, or at least you had, a tendency to do that. We thought we kind of got rid of that, like when you reached puberty. Like, it seemed to have gone away. It might not have gone away.
But
that might actually be why you disappear every now and then. I don't know. I don't feel like it's happened like in our adult years, but it could be. It could be why.
Rory took it better than I had hoped, though I could tell he was trying to suppress his emotions. It could be that he was ashamed of the revelation of his condition. Or he could also very well be emotionally distraught by being forced to remember back to the times with Mom and Dad, coupled with the fact that we had yet to find them. So far, on that score, the Burlees had come up empty-handed, and it was gradually weighing us down more and more, even though we tried not to show it. In an attempt to move on to other things that didn't hit as close to home, I told Rory about what had happened while we were separated. I got robbed by the Arbiters, and I wasn't really paying attention, so I didn't really understand it until it was too late. Until I was like, people were pointing guns at me, and I was like, are they aiming at something behind me? Or like, guys, what are you doing? And then like, oh, okay. Because honestly, they didn't say anything.
This is a robbery.
Yeah, they didn't say anything.
Oh, they didn't say anything.
They just pointed at me, and then it was like, after a while, I heard that they said like, okay, you know the drill, and I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, I went up to the Cougar, and I actually got inside. I got to see what it looked like. There was one guy there called Liam. He was very nice, because I told him that I had been robbed, and he actually gave me this, which I already used. Because he was like, I have a spare one, you can have this. And I'm like, oh, thank you very much. That's much. Yeah. It uses, I saw the description now, it does use 308. Nice. Why, no?
What a nice guy.
Yeah, very nice guy. And I got to see a little bit of Duskar, at least, well, the reception area once again. Because, oh yeah, haven't I told you about Matrix?
Yes, the talkative guy.
Very talkative guy, yeah. He was with Sanctuary before. I met him up there. Now he's with Duskar, and he's really friendly. He talks a bunch, but he's really friendly. Wait, was Matrix with Sanctuary? I thought it was with the Wharf Armory. No, he was. No, I got that wrong. Matrix was, as far as no, he was in Sanctuary. He was not with Sanctuary. Yeah, I got that wrong. Because I know I knew back then as well. I said the wrong thing for some reason. Because Matrix was never with Sanctuary. He was in Sanctuary, but at the time when I met him, but he was with the Wharf Armory. That was the thing. That was how it was. However, when that happened, I got in immediately almost. The head honcho was like, okay, everybody who's not with Duskar, every trader, every civilian, we need you to leave. I was like, okay, why? Because they had apparently been attacked, and they were expecting another attack. In retrospect, I might not have needed to include this in the episode. We already know what happened. I could have just put a voiceover saying that I told Rory about what happened. It's not really necessary to see myself retelling what we've already seen. So, like, that's one of my regrets. I could have cut this. It's not too much of a dialogue, but it's still, like, it's unnecessary. And they didn't want us to be caught in the crossfire. After me and Rory had compared notes, I was looking over SATCOM and stumbled upon Bastion member. Eager to finally discover more about this faction, I reached out. Oh yeah, look at this. Now this was the first time I did this. This was hand designed by me. Okay? This entire conversation was extrapolated from the Discord radio chatter and input here, because I never talked to them on the radio in game here. What we used was the Discord radio. Most RP servers that have a Discord will have a radio channel in the Discord where people can write as their characters and use that as a radio instead of using the radio in-game. It's easier to a lot of people to do that because, well, everybody will see the radio broadcast. Now there are some rules around it as well. You can't do it, um, when you do it, I should say, your character is considered to be in game, even if you are not. That means that the other people can have some certain rights, because a base raid, for instance, cannot take part unless your character is online. And if you're talking on radio, your character is considered to be online. Like if you're talking on the Discord radio. Now the Discord radio is only text, but I went through hell pasting this together and making it into a little bit of a scroll for you guys to see, because that is the way I wanted it to play out. I want you guys to see the entire conversation. So you see this. I put the name of the one that actually is transmitting, and then I put question marks over unidentified broadcasts. Once they've been identified, I put the names there, usually in different colors as well. Last year, member, this is Robin Burley. Is there any way one could visit you guys? I've been asking around, but nobody seems to know where you're based. Are you nomadic? And somebody answers, we reside in a castle, onto a hill between Stonington and the Hazelands. And then I start scrolling here so you can basically see the entire conversation. Isn't that where the Stag Republic is? Or do I have my castles mixed? Yes, that is to our northwest. That's wrong. Stag Republic is to your northeast. But never mind, I digress. Oh, no joke. I did not remember that he actually corrected himself. Sorry, but yeah. My memory works sometimes, you know. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But okay, let's continue. Name's Robin. Me and my family have heard good things about you, so I figured I'd drop by and say hello one of these days. Oh, before I go, what's your name? So I don't have to shout, hey, Mr. Bastion member. I was trying to be a little bit funny. Look who it is. People call me Dobby. Wait, Dobby? The same Dobby who ran with me to Duskar that one time and ended up with me at Leo's? For this reference, check out episode 11. Yeah, closed until further notice. Episode 11. That is when I meet Dobby for the first time. I'm the only Dobby I'm aware of. Don't personally remember running to Duskar with you. Must have been a long time ago. It kind of was. Yeah, and it was a pretty short stint, admittedly. You were with someone called Julia? That sounds about right. And Skip, you called him your little snuggle bear. No, he called him his cuddle bunny. But, you know, same shit. I don't think I've ever called someone a snuggle bear. Okay, enter flashback.
He's got me to hug him now. I'll be his cuddle buddy.
Cuddle bunny. Okay, fine. Cuddle bunny, snuggle bear. Feels like the distinction is a bit vague, but sure. Oh well, never mind. Bygones. Anyway, so you're with Bastion now? Back then you were with Sanctuary? I am with Bastion. I still don't remember you, though. I mean, I can't blame you for that. I was looking for my brother, if that helps. Was your brother called Dexter? Now, this is interesting, because I didn't tell him about Dexter. I didn't tell him about Dex. Dex, as you know, is our cousin. I don't know if he had run into Dex. Oh, yeah. He had, didn't he? Hadn't he? I mean, hadn't he run into... Okay, never mind.
So he got it confused there, but yeah, at least this is a sign that he remembers us. No, but Dex is my cousin, and he's a bit unpredictable. Spelling error. No, it was Rory, but I ran into Dexter down the road and I asked if he was your brother. There you go. There you go. Oh, and I even wrote it. Fuck me sideways. I thought you guys had died or moved on. How the hell are you? Lol, we're fine. And then Michael bursts in. Michael... Oh yeah, this is the first time I actually get a sign from Michael. I will meet Michael for the first time ever next episode, and it'll be a chance happening. So this is the first time I actually see him online though. I'm Michael from Bastion. If you're stopping by later, I can be in touch. Michael, he said he will come to the castle one of these days. It will be cool to finally meet you guys and catch up with you too, Dobby. It sure will. Will your family be making the trip? I'll get some food and refreshments prepared when you come by. Potentially, yeah. It's always like, I don't know if we're ever going to be online at the same time, so we'll see. You know, I couldn't really commit.
Okay, you know what? You know what happened?
What's up?
We have an in with Bastion finally.
An in.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I just talked to some guy who it turns out that I actually know, who also used to be with Sanctuary. Now he's with Bastion. I don't know if I told you about the Dobby guy. That I might not actually have told you about.
No, I don't think so. I don't.
The Dobby guy.
Yeah, he was. I met him when I was up and trying to. The first time I was north, and he was a friendly guy. He seems to be with Bastion now, and I told my brother about Dobby, the encounter I'd had with him way back when, and the fact that I'd managed to get a hold of him just now over SATCOM. We finally know where they're located.
Like, where are they? Fuck.
Yeah, check your map.
Okay, look at this. I just want to tell you, like, from before, you can see clearly here, this is not zoomed in or anything. You see our settlement here. If we wanted to get to Duskar, which is up here, and we didn't want to swim, i.e. we wanted to be, you know, proper, role play the whole trip, we had to go this way, down here, cross the bridge down here, over here, down to Cushville, which is the home of the Pathfinders Black Company, up here, through Warren Cove, Sunset Cross, Oldfield, up through Sandy Bay, past Sanctuary, past the Salty Cougar, over here, down here, and then to Duskar. It's a lot more time consuming to go around there than just swimming across here. So eventually, like, it's perfectly fine for the first time we did it, because we met so many people on the way and all that. But later, like, okay, now we're just swimming across. Strictly RP-wise, that was not really what we should have done. You know, like, strictly as a role play thing, we should have, like, excused ourselves with the fact that, no, we need to make the journey, and we can't, like, swim this through, like, across this bay. It's not what you do in real life, you know. But anyway, I digress. This is where Bastion is located.
Alright.
That should be it. I'm gonna mark that as Bastion.
Yep, that is it.
I'm actually even gonna give them the icon of a fortress, just to be special.
Yeah. I'll see if I can't find Dex. You know, reach out to him, see if I can find that little hellion, and then hell, we can take a family trip.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Hopefully he's like not in too much trouble.
I wouldn't go far as to say that's possible. It's very likely.
Yeah. All right, Look, this is so annoying. I run into the armory. I'm only concerned with putting down my rifle or like helmet and all that. I'm not even I'm not even casually glancing at the
A little
door.
Hellion, and then hell, we can take a family trip.
Yeah, yeah,
Look at
absolutely, absolutely.
Opening
Hopefully
the door.
he's like just there. You can see it clearly here. The door is completely unprotected. Oh, it annoys me. Like not in too much trouble.
I wouldn't go far as to say that's possible.
But you see, I miss these kinds of things. When I'm like invested in something, sometimes I will miss taking notice of peripheral things, you know? It's annoying and it can carry with it very bad consequences. But it's just the way it is.
Very likely.
Unfortunately. All right, I'm gonna put in some work here.
Bro.
Yeah.
Come on, get over here.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, you too, man. You too. It's actually a relief every time I see you, so.
What are you being so fucking emotional for, freaking weirdo? Making me come. No, no, fuck. I'm injured. Why?
No, you're not. You're healed. I can heal you back up again. Fucking, he started it. He was like emotional. Why can't I be emotional back? I'm gonna go back home and just try to put up some walls.
Okay, man. Yeah, I think I might turn it in and get some rest. That sprint and all that stuff earlier, it wore me out.
And we'll talk again tomorrow.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I'll try to raise Dex on the radio or get a hold of him, see what happens.
Right on. Hopefully he's okay.
See you, man.
Alright, take care. And that was it for episode 17. Alright. Cool. So, basically, okay. Yeah, basically what's happening now is next episode is episode 18. Depending on how Cliffhanger works tomorrow, we might actually do another, might do episode 18 tomorrow. I don't know. Would you like that, Sassy? Unless you've fallen asleep. Okay. So, I'm thinking... Oh, you're still awake. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, very well. Yeah, not much happened in this episode. I mean, I get robbed, and we did that whole little circus at RCFI. Tomorrow, though, we're gonna be, tomorrow is sort of a bridgehead episode. No, wait, tomorrow. Next episode, episode 18. I don't know if we're gonna be doing it tomorrow, but, maybe. But that episode is kind of like a bridge, in a way. Episode 19 is also kind of like a bridge. 20 as well. But tomorrow, stop saying it. Episode 18 is actually titled A New Threat. And it's very fitting because in episode 18,
we find out about a new threat that has been released on the island. And it's a threat that we would have to deal with, and it will take up the bigger part of the remainder of the series. Yes, thank you, Sasi, for being here. Much appreciated, and always a pleasure. Guys, anyone else watching as well, thank you for watching, and hope to see you tomorrow again. I will be doing the first episode of Cliffhanger for the SNES, as we're doing Super Nintendo Summer, and after that, we might do another roleplay review, so we'll see what happens. Missed watching games and I guess RPG. Oh, okay. Have you watched games before? Have you watched RPG before? When you say an RPG, are you talking about the thing? Wait, missed? You mean you missed it over the weekend? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, we will be returning tomorrow to SNES, and we'll see what happens. It's not impossible that we'll do another one of roleplay review. But for now, we will be... okay, I got you. For now, we will stay safe, I hope. And if you want to, you can always check out my Discord, reachable through that link. That is where you'll always get the latest news and updates regarding the channel. And yeah, take it easy. Have a great evening, and have a great Wednesday tomorrow. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night. Until then, take care, mind social distance, and always remember to keep the retro legacy alive. This is EagleBite83 wishing you the best. Take care. Good night.